Hi everyone, here's a little explanation about propaganda and what are some techniques used in propaganda. So propaganda is information that's biased or misleading or untrue, and it promotes a specific point of view. So it's trying to convince you of a side or a view. And over here we can see a picture of this guy. This is a North Korean leader, and it looks awesome to join him. And this piece is trying to convince you that you definitely want to be on his team. Like, look how fun that is, and he looks so strong. So that's a really strong right point of view to convince you to join his side. And this one is America under communism. This is tomorrow. So this is definitely trying to convince you of a point of view like, we don't want communism. We'll go up in flames. It's burning the flag. This looks terrible. So that's a point of view being promoted in this piece of propaganda. So there's different techniques in propaganda, and one of them that's used a lot is fear, and often around wars, and it's warning the audience that if you don't follow the way we should, then there'll be a disaster. And this obviously says warning, and we can tell this is a Nazi symbol, this is Japan, so we know this is World War II, and it's saying our homes are in danger now. So our job is keep them firing. So it's convincing you like we need to fight against these guys because they'll take over our homes and it'll be terrible. So it's using fear. Another technique is exaggeration. So it overdoes or exaggerates either physical characteristics or the things people do. And here's a exaggeration of Trump, and his hair is kind of one of his pieces that we know him for. So it's kind of exaggerated there. But what he's doing is looking at 4 different phones, and he's saying, look, I searched Trump and it's nothing but lies and fake news. And his advisor is saying, sir, that's your Twitter account. So it's kind of exaggerating Trump and how he feels about media, and his sensitivity towards what people say about him and how much he loves to tweet. So another technique is called name calling. That's used to say bad things about other people, and it's trying to link that person with something negative. So here we have a poster of Obama. We know he was much loved president in the country, but it says spineless on it. So it's calling him a name, saying that he could not stand up for anything. So this ploy is used a lot by some sides that disagree or don't like Obama or other people. Emotional appeal is another technique used, and it's trying to get an emotional response from you. We saw before fear was used, so it can also be something joyful or feeling proud, could be sadness. This picture here, we can do it. This kind of is an empowering feeling. You feel like, oh, she's a woman, she can do it, and I'm a woman, I can do this too. And it's kind of rallying people around, like joining. And this is from the war effort. So that's where that fits in. But you feel emotional when you see the picture. You feel something strong. Glittering generalities is used a lot with positive words, so it's the opposite of name calling, and it makes you feel really good about doing something. And this is used a lot in advertisement, where like here we have a cup of coffee, and it says the best coffee for the best you. So what it's doing is making a connection. When you drink this coffee, you are your best self, and you'll feel awesome, and you connect feeling good with drinking this coffee. Symbolism is always used in propaganda, and they're images or objects that stand for something else. So here we see the title, The Beast of Berlin, we're going to get him. Now, one of the symbols is the hat, right? This looks like the flag. So what does that represent? It's not just a hat, it represents the United States, right? And this beast, or we look like some kind of lizard, and he's got a hat on. This hat, it's not just a hat, it represents Berlin. And this is what the Kaiser, the leader of Germany during World War I, would have worn. So it's representing Germany during that time, and the leader there, and making him look like some kind of creature, and it's being covered up by the United States. So we're going to get him. So this is all symbols here, right? We don't see Germany, we don't see the United States, but we see symbols that represent those ideas. Sarcasm and irony is when words are not used literally. So saying the opposite thing, right? So we see Trump, make America great again. This is irony because it actually means the opposite. If you know a lot of posters like this, Hope, this was Obama's, and it was really popular during his time. So they're using the same type of poster, but now they're being ironic about it. They're like, he's not making America great. He's doing the opposite. So this piece of propaganda is using irony or sarcasm to make a point like that Trump is actually making America worse, but it's saying make America great again. And that is it. So I hope that helps you with your propaganda techniques.